Hi, I'm Niki.
And I'm Sammy, and we are ethical vegetarians.
What does that mean?
An ethical vegetarian is someone that's given up meat for ethical reasons.
Okay.
Quite self-explanatory when you get into it. I found myself having a little bit of a late night Google thinking, hey, what can I do to try and make the world a better place?
Cows are farting too much and causing too many global warmings. So what's the answer? Well, apparently, according to the internet, bugs.
I did some research and it turns out it's called etymophagy.
Entomophagy, noun. The practice of eating insects.
Especially by people.
So in my research, looking into eating bugs, I found that 1,900 different species of insects are eaten around the world each year by 2 billion people.
Whether I knew it or not, I was already eating them, so am I a bad vegetarian? You tell
Yes.
me. Some of the things that include insects are red velvet cake. Shellac is made from a lac, which I thought, for some reason I thought was a flower.
And obviously we already eat honey made by bees,
Which is
so
regurgitated nectar, so they're vomiting up.
what are the perks of eating insects? Well, they're high in protein, they've got a low carbon footprint compared to the meat industry. They take up less space on the planet, they're a good source of healthy fats.
They also don't make much waste, and they can live off of human organic waste. Ugh.
To be honest, look, absolutely nothing about this so far is making me want to eat this.
The food of the future might be insects, and so we thought maybe let's get ahead of the curve and try some. So Sammy went on the internet and typed in where can I buy insects to eat in the UK, and we found someone that was willing to send them to us.
We found a company called Crunchy Critters and they provided us with a variety of different products. We have unseasoned just crunchy crickets which are ready to eat. Crickets contain more protein than beef, more fibre than broccoli, and more healthy fats than salmon.
Still doesn't sell it to me.
Okay, this is a trail mix and it's worms, seeds and fruit. Worms, chocolate and fruit. Ready to eat dried crunchy mealworms with Belgian dark chocolate, apricot, sunflower and pumpkin seeds, smoked paprika, worms, beans and peas.
And we also have it in the sea salt and black pepper version.
And sea salt and cider vinegar.
That sounds the cider vinegar one sounds delightful.
So not only are we going to eat a variety of the ones that I've just showed you, we're going to be including the just crunchy plain crickets in our oat cookies, which is something I'm excited about. These are mealworms with roasted fava beans and peas.
I like fava beans.
Oh, it just smells very nutty. I'm just getting nuts. It smells a bit like pistachio. What is that?
Do you know what though? That doesn't look that bad.
You know, we've got an individual mealworm right here. You can see everything on the insect. You can see all the body segments and you can see the head.
At the moment, I'm not bothered. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm just gonna have some.
Okay. Yeah, and?
Nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna summon this.
But I don't think you're supposed to just eat one by itself. In fact, I'd have another one.
Oh, I can't? Okay.
You can't taste them. They just taste like bean.
Okay.
You don't notice it, like, because it tastes a bit like a seed mix.
Peanut?
Yeah, a dry peanut. It's just a very nutty flavour. Not earthy. I thought it would be like, you know how fish tastes like seawater? I thought that bugs would taste like earth.
But these are all a different combination of mealworms. This one is smoked paprika. That nutty smell is there again. But these seem slightly smaller.
This actually has less of an odour, and that makes me worried that I'm going to taste the mealworms more than I did.
Mealworms are fairly easy to get your head around because they're just crunchy. Okay, ready? Go.
Just tastes like
That's really nice, actually.
What it is that I think your brain is searching to find out what the flavour of a mealworm is.
Yeah.
And you're like shuffling through the different flavours going, that's it, no, that's not. So these are sea salt and black pepper, and to me, my worry is that that's a really muted flavour.
I keep thinking about insects and, you know, seeing them there in front of me. I think the cricket powder flour will be different. Okay, I'm just gonna, a little handful here. There's mealworms, fava beans, and peas here.
I think I know what a mealworm tastes like now.
It's not something I thought I'd be thinking as well. Take some and hold your nose, because if you hold your nose while you're eating something, the flavour concentrates. Here we go.
Tastes like chicken.
We're moving on to the sweet ones now, and I've been intrigued by the worms, chocolate, and fruit. Wow.
Oh, okay, that's not, you put the whole packet out, didn't you?
It's got some apricot, some chocolate here. I'll show the camera. Some seeds.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, yeah, but chocolate makes everything taste great.
The worms aren't flavoured in this packet, right?
No.
Well, they technically... Oh no, they were flavoured in the other one. Okay, the last one is worms, seed and fruit with coconut, cranberries, figs and pumpkin seeds, and obviously mealworms. I've got cranberry there, seeds, coconut and a fig. I think it's a fig with mealworms. I couldn't do that.
No, but also I think you would struggle if you were a meat eater.
Oh my I thought that was moving. Oh my god, I just gone cold.
Do you want to see them? Nah. No. Nope, nope, no.
Oh. What is this? These don't look like crickets.
That is a big boy, this one.
So I can see them, and that's bothering me because crickets in real life do scare me. Like, that's what I mean when I don't like insects. Insects that can move fast scare me, and I know they're dead, and I know that they're edible, and they're actually good for you, but they're scaring me.
This cricket is thick. This has quite clearly got the wings on it still, and a full head.
They tend to lose their legs and or wings and like pointy bits in the process, so they're more or less just like kind of corn-shaped.
This one is a big girl, so I'm going to give that one a go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, absolutely nothing.
That tastes like a crisp.
Oh my god, that was actually easier to put in my mouth than the mealworm.
Oh, go on, don't stop you. You go on in.
This tastes like those little seaweed squares you get in the supermarket and like the food to go section.
I would like to try these in a recipe when they're hidden from me, because at this point in time,
they're not.
I'm not sold on crickets. I don't think they're disgusting, but
just it's probably weirder to have a chicken leg now, in hindsight.
We're gonna make some oat raisin cricket cookies.
Oat and raisin cricket cookies.
Cricket cookies.
The ingredients include 50 grams of butter. Guess who didn't have all of the ingredients for the cookies? This fool. We're currently about to go to the supermarket to get some raisins and some caster sugar to make these ever so delectable cookies even better. Okay, I'm going in the store then. So this is golden caster sugar.
They only have. Is that the
This is granulated cane sugar, and this one is this is the only one that's caster. And it's fair trade, yes. Maybe we could just buy these and lie and tell everyone that we made cricket cookies, but instead we got taste.
Right now in store, you can pick up
Tablespoon of runny honey, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 40 grams of wholemeal flour, 10 grams of cricket flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 80 grams porridge oats, 40 grams of raisins, and 10 grams of whole crickets. I've read online that you don't really taste the difference with the cricket flour, and apparently it does give the cookies a darker colour and a thicker texture. So we're gonna go ahead and make those now.
We're in the kitchen, and that means
That's where all the fun stuff happens.
I'm dreading this.
We've already laid out all of the ingredients, and this is a super simple recipe to follow because cookies aren't exactly, it's all on one card. First step is to heat the oven to 180 degrees.
Done it.
Check. You need 50 grams of butter and 50 grams of caster sugar to mix together into the large bowl. 53. Close enough. If you're like me, you use liberal amounts of carbohydrate. We're going to go for 50 grams of sugar, but probably end up with about 60. Sometimes you just got to do things yourself. It's going to take a very long time, My nan taught me how to do this, and I haven't done it in a long time, so I can't really remember how to combine sugar and butter that well.
I just feel like we didn't get the right butter in the end.
We're now pouring in the honey. Honey. Oh, sugar, sugar.
I don't know what the benefits of using honey are. I think it just makes it moist, which as an adjective is disgusting, but when used in conjunction with the word cookie, I find it acceptable. Teaspoon of cinnamon coming up.
I like to use cinnamon like a plaster. If something goes wrong, you can patch it up with cinnamon.
What?
In another bowl, combine the wholemeal flour, cricket flour, baking powder, porridge oats, raisins, and whole crickets.
The cricket flour looks like normal flour.
It's definitely darker though.
It smells like soy, which to me is also like a sesame smell. It's just an odd smell that I can't place.
I'm now adding the crickets to the mixture.
That's a lot. It only said 10 grams.
That is 10 grams, they're
I
very
know.
low. And the raisins.
So we've combined the wet and the dry, and this is looking like cookie dough.
It doesn't smell like much. So these are combined now. We're going to put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes until they're golden brown, or till I feel ready enough to put one in my mouth.
One thing I'm noticing is that I can feel the crickets in my hands as I'm pressing these together into a ball.
We're using a dessert spoon-sized portion of the mixture onto the parchment, which has already been greased. Okay, so we're getting them out of the oven now. They smell like a cricket literally fell out. That's a raisin. Very dark, actually, compared to usual oatmeal biscuits.
This one is actually perfect.
Very big cookie.
Well, you should have seen this one. Okay, that's a good size. That's a good size cookie. The crickets are kind of indistinguishable from the raisins, which for me is a good thing.
Is it a good thing? Who knows? Okay, here we are with the biscuits.
Should I talk us through the situation?
Yeah, talk me through smell, texture.
So smell-wise, I actually think they smell quite nice. Looks-wise, I've had a mixture of emotions. The raisins and the crickets look really similar, which I don't know, is that a good thing? Okay, well, that's the situation. They're a nice golden brown colour. Like, if this was any normal biscuit, it's cooked to perfection. Actually, that's all raisin. I can't see a cricket. That's the one I'm having. That's my one.
Okay, it's go time. Okay, let's go. Oh, they've got so many crickets in them.
This one looks thick, whereas this one looks fatter, and I feel like it's
I
less...
go for this one.
Show me it, show me it, show me it.
There's a cricket there.
I thought it was cricket powder.
There's real crickets in it as well.
Why would you put real crickets in there? I thought it was.
It's part of the recipe.
Oh, she's sick. I don't want to see it.
How are you feeling right now? Don't break it in half, you have to eat it with a mouthful.
There's something about this that I don't want to eat because I've eaten them raw and just seeing them like this is just making me. It's actually making my stomach a bit queasy.
So why have you chosen that one?
I think this one's got more raisins in it. I don't know. I don't want to eat this. But if they've been in this, aren't they going to be quite soaked in?
Stop describing it, make it worse for yourself.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Why don't you have a bit without a cricket in it, and then you can build yourself up to having a bit with a cricket in it?
All right.
Because they're still made from cricket flour.
Okay. Oh, one just fell out and hit my hand. I can't. I looked at the crickets as I ate the raisin then, and in my head it was a raisin. For some reason I find this a lot harder than eating just the crunchy crickets alone. The crickets are softer because there's absorbed moisture from the... I can't do this, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm not speaking. Well, it's not a bush tucker trial.
It just crunched in my mouth.
Oh god.
No, I can't do it.
You have to. No, you have to.
I prefer them outside of the biscuit, as I did. Like, I liked the salty crickets, like, alone. But having them inside a biscuit is your turn anyway.
My problem is I'm actually hungry.
Choose one.
I was a bit different in the sense that I didn't like the flavour of crickets. To me, it was quite difficult to enjoy them. The mealworms, not a problem. And I think it just comes down to the fact that I'm actually scared of crickets in real life.
Why have you chosen?
Oh, there is a cricket because they're sharper than a raisin. You know when you feel them. It's hard to explain. Okay, I'm just gonna have one because. Okay, right. This is one I've chosen. To me, it's thin. It's the right thickness. It's cakey. It feels more like a flapjack than anything. You can see the cricket there because it's his head. Yes, see it. I haven't actually.
Crunch into it.
I haven't.
Crunch into it.
I've turned my taste buds off.
What are your thoughts? You swallowed it?
Yeah.
Show me your mouth.
It's a bit gross. I think the knowledge of knowing that has an insect in it was quite difficult to make it enjoyable. Like, I didn't. There was something here that was just going, you're not swallowing this, you're not swallowing this, and it was really difficult. However, the biscuit as a whole, if you didn't tell someone there was crickets in that, I think they'd enjoy it.
So that was our experience with etymophagy, the inclusion of insects in your diet for ethical reasons.
What did we conclude?
I conclude that they were nice as a snack, but I didn't like them included whole in things that were supposed to be pure and kind, like a cookie. Maybe if they are more readily available in supermarkets on the high street, I might choose them over other trail mix.
I think as well, because we see insects, like in our culture, we see insects as like dirty things or things that shouldn't be in a kitchen. Does that make sense, right? I think there's a lot of change that needs to happen there. So when they're hidden in it, like the flour was totally fine, didn't bother me at all. The mealworms actually didn't have a flavour, but the whole crickets was a bit too much. So that was my conclusion. We're gonna hopefully never do this again.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see us try more unusual things, make sure you press subscribe. And also the bell notification button next to it. And make sure you allow all post notifications. And give the video a like and let us know in the comments if you would try insects or trying to include them in your diet somehow. Maybe you already do. I'd love to know from you guys. Anyway, until next time, see you later.
Ciao!
Merry Christmas.
Stop! No.
Sultana all butter cookies. Let's get them instead. Let's just cancel the whole video.